Sci-fi games are always my main genre, whether I'm playing on consoles, PC, or even on mobiles. I just love anything sci-fi, especially if it's based on some of my favorite sci-fi adventures like Star Wars, Star Trek, Aliens series, and the War of the Worlds. That is why most of the games I played on my PC are sci-fi games, just like Destiny 2, Apex Legends, and my favorite, Warframe. And earlier this month, I was asked to take a look at one mobile game that gives you the chills of playing the Star Trek universe in your hand. At first, I thought it was just the same strategy sci-fi experience that many mobile games offer right now, but I was wrong after a couple of days playing. By the way, before we proceed, I would like to give a quick shout out to the developer, Scopely, for sponsoring this video. Thanks to Scopely for giving me the asset and opportunity to review this game to its full extent. It was a blast making this video, and I hope you guys will give me a couple of minutes of your time to share with you how good Star Trek Fleet Command is. So, Star Trek Fleet Command is a strategy, space exploration, and base building game developed by Scopely. If you are like me, that are interested in sci-fi games that have a very long campaign and progression, lots of base building, power building, competitive and strategic battles with other players, and most of all, a love for the Star Trek franchise, then this is the game specially made for you. The very first thing I can commend Star Trek Fleet Command is it has a very well composed introduction to the game, and the first few missions will give you the things you need to familiarize the game quickly. After that, you will know what to do, and don't get lost in playing the game if you know what I mean. Coming from a game like Warframe, it is also a nice way to get the player inside the boots of Cadet Kirk and start the storyline with the battle against the first hostile ship. Later on, you will learn how to build some basic structures in your starbase, repair damaged ships, and more. Also, I'm very happy to tell you that the storyline is quite engaging, and you will often travel across the galaxy to find a specific resource to mine or to challenge and vanquish a powerful opponent. It gets even better if you are a Star Trek fan, since you will be familiar with the world, and it's like you get to be part of the movie, making all the right decisions to become the most powerful fleet in the universe. Another great thing about this game is that it features all Star Trek characters, and you can recruit them as officers for your ship. They also have different stats, so you can build your fleet strategically using these officers, and you can have multiple ships in the game with different officers to command. Its newest arc will offer something for everyone, with 3 new officers focused on ship survivability, and then new missions following the fan-favorite narrative of Deep Space Nine and Alliance starbases. You can get an epic Sisko, Rey Era, and Rey Miles O'Brien. The crew's primary focus will be on ship survivability over the damage. 2 officers will be useful in any armada, and 1 will only be useful against Alliance starbase armadas. And aside from these new officers, you will have more air officers to command and use for strategic advantage. As far as graphics, I can honestly say that this game has one of the most detailed graphics for a mobile game, and all of the spaceships are almost identical to their Star Trek franchise counterparts, which is a big plus, at least for me. Star Trek Fleet Command stayed true to the legendary franchise on which it is based. In this regard, the space station and ship models are very similar, if not identical, to what we have seen in the TV show. Gameplay-wise, the segment can be divided through base building and research, unlocking, building, and upgrading new ships, then space exploration, mining, and player versus environment, and lastly, raiding, which is the player versus player segment of the game. In the base building and research part of the game, you will focus on powering up your space station by improving existing buildings and creating new ones. Now, we will quickly go through the most important buildings. The operations determine the player level, and after upgrading the operations to level 15, PvP starts. The main requirement for upgrading all other buildings, the Academy proves combat effectiveness of your officers. You also have resource production and warehouse buildings, a research and development department for research station improvements, like higher resource storage capacity, improve station defenses, unlock new ships, and power up the ships by researching a more advanced version of lasers, stronger armor, etc. And then, the shipyard, which you can use to create new ships, once you unlock them and have the blueprints. Most of the space exploration will be done by completing missions, because while following the storyline you'll get too many new locations, but free roaming is also a valid option. The only limitation to where you can go is the maximum warp range of your ship. More advanced ships have a higher warp range, and it can be also upgraded as one of the modules on your spaceships. While the PvE part offers a variety of good content and rewards, I think the raiding system or the PvP part of the game is where the true fun begins once you get pretty powerful through the PvE grind. This becomes available once you reach level 15. It's fun to go and raid other players while also defending your base from the opponent's retaliation at lower levels, and after a while, you won't even notice that you are having lots of fun from upgrading your base so other players can't destroy it, and also, you can raid other high-level players. Another great reason feature that was recently added to this game is the Alliance Starbases, which are a physical embodiment of an alliance's strength and push members to work together for shared progression and mutual benefits as they navigate inter-alliance diplomacy, conflict, and all-out war. It's a new social feature to enhance collaboration. Players within an alliance will be able to now work together and build a starbase. By contributing to an alliance starbase, an alliance can take control over new system resources, celestial objects, to upgrade the base to provide new buffs to their alliance and themselves individually. Alliance members will have a chance to connect and work together to keep, maintain, and defend their base from enemies. And the best part is, this game has cross-play, which is the feature that we Warframe players are longing for years in our game. You can play the game on your console, PC, or even on your mobile devices, and you can interact with other players across all platforms. From what I have seen after playing the game for weeks, it has a pretty decent player count and an active community. Everyone almost has their alliances that help each other, and the best part is, players are actively going into wars and raids, making the game lively, challenging and addictive. And lastly, I did choose to agree and give this game a go, because it's free to play and the freemium progression is manageable compared to other heavily monetized, and even pay-to-win games. If you can manage your resources strategically, then you can have the best items and upgrades in the game, and also, the developers are doing some events that allows you to get premium items. If you have patience, you will get all the high-tier items and upgrades in the game while playing as a free-to-play player. If you want to join me in the game, then go add Squad Leader 7777, that's the in-game name I am using in the game, and we could be in an alliance, and help each other in different PvE content, and play against other alliances in the game. Also, now is the best time to play the game as Star Trek Fleet Command have these events, such as an hourly item event, in which you get gifts from just playing for specific time frame, and, when you log into the game for 7 days straight, then you will have a big leverage as it will reward you with premium tokens, resources, and Officer Keen's ear for free. Right now, I'm currently grinding for these rewards and upgrading my base and ships. If you want to check out the game right now, please use my QR code which you can see in your screen to install the game. This will redirect you instantly to the download page of the game, and also, this will help the channel. So what are you waiting for? Join me in playing Star Trek Fleet Command, whether on PC, console, or in mobile right now, and let us strive to form a strong alliance, and rule them all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the game. Squad Leader signing off.